Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's discussion, I wanted to bring some attention to this. What really is an investment? What's an investment? Okay, you hear this all the time throughout not only YouTube but through the news, maybe through other social media platforms. You always hear about somebody talking about investing, but what is it really? I mean, what is it really to you? What is an investment? See, there's different types of investments, and it really depends on what your primary use is, what it is that you're putting your hard-earned money in. So that's the beginning of an investment. You're taking labored hours that you produced to earn an income, and you set it aside into something that could potentially grow, like these plants, okay? These plants could very well turn into an investment. Well, how so? Well, for one thing, obviously they cost me money to begin with. And currently they are not in a state of harvest, meaning they have no fruit on them. So really it's not saving me any money to have spent money on them right out the get-go. I'm not currently selling them at any farmer's market, so it's not making me money either. But what it is it's an investment that will work itself out over time. It's a time-held investment, okay? So when you start thinking about your 401k, or your individual equities, or even a savings account, such as a CD, or just a regular savings if you want those low percentages, you got to look at it like that. You're putting your hard-earned labor dollars to the side for a future date in hopes of it being worth more than what you put into it, right? So this investment, let's get back to planting here for a minute. The idea is really simple. When you think about equities, when you think about real estate, when you think about your 401k or any kind of traditional CD or savings account, you have to put the money up front first, and then in hopes that it will grow and appreciate later down the road. So these plants, okay, each one of these little tiny grapelings that I have here were $10 a piece. So this is $40 in stock. Ha 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 ha. Get it? Because these are stock roots. These are stock roots of grape plants that will one day grow up to be adult, and they will have grapes, and they will produce grapes, and grapes I can use here for the house to feed my family, or turn around and turn into a wine. Maybe this turns into a small vineyard practice. Maybe I take these grapes that are fresh, that are locally grown, to a farmer's market, and I sell them. So now not only am I providing for my family, but I'm also able to turn a profit. In turn, my initial investment is still going to take time to grow to get to a point where it feeds my family and or can provide me with an additional source of income. You see, passive income. It's money that you put aside and forget about. Same thing with these trees. We have a dwarf lemon tree here. I have a peach tree here. I have a nectarine here. And we have a couple of mandarin trees that I'm planting in the ground. We did have a Joshua tree years ago here that fell, and I had to cut it up and dispose of it, and now I have planted a few trees in its place. So the ground is a little bit tough. I'm using water to soften it up, but I'm now putting forth my labor hours, my labor time on the weekend to dig holes to plant the tree. See, it's not just the matter of taking your laboring dollars and then putting it to the side. Sometimes you have to work towards something in order for it to grow. Yes, unfortunately, even when you put your money to the side, you still have to work at it to keep it growing and to keep it going north, not tanking, right? That is investment strategy. That's how you plan on how to continue to grow and not fall to recession. We're in a recession right now. A lot of people are freaking out about this, that, and the other thing. Look, there's nothing to freak out about, man. Yes, I understand. Inflation is coming. You should have already been preemptively planning for this. Every extra dollar that Uncle Sam gave you, you should have been saving and putting to the side. Now I'm investing in my own household and producing produce, fruits and vegetables, things that could feed my family, things that could potentially turn into another source of passive income. You got to keep thinking outside of the box, but this is initial investing, okay? This is an investment strategy. For those of you that have never invested before, this is about as basic as it gets. Once these little saplings grow up to be adult plants, then I can turn around and use them to either feed my family or turn around and turn a profit by selling them and creating an additional business. Business strategy 101, okay? This is how you create entrepreneurship. Now we have a Dow farm. We have chickens. Eventually we're going to have some ducks. They're going to produce eggs. We have fruits. We have vegetables. Even the squirrels are numbing on the green pepper leaves as we speak. And then we have some herbs and spices that we're going to be planting kind of just underneath a shaded tree, so they're not getting sunlight for like 9 hours out of the day or 10 hours out of the day. Okay, they don't require a lot of sunlight. They need partial shade. So again, you have to treat your investment like a baby. You have to nurture it. You have to water it. You have to pay attention to it. And yes, even you have to provide some kind of laboring hours behind it to watch it, to make sure it is growing and it's not dying off, right? So these are just some food for thoughts. Look, I'm out here in my garden. I'm currently planting trees. Like I said, I'm now creating a miniature grape vineyard. The wife's on the way with 4 more saplings to put into this miniature trough that I've built here. I'm going to be laying some mulch down. But I'm still surprised that people are not really sure what the difference is between an investment and then saving. Okay, you can save and your money can stay stagnant, or you can invest it and create wealth other ways. It's a very simplistic concept, but not a lot of people get it. So if you have nothing better to do, you do have some property and you're getting older like me and you find some enjoyment out of planting a tree to help, create a greener earth, you can also potentially turn it into a business structure as well, so long as you have enough property to do so. One of the things that I've actually told my neighbors that have been walking by is that, hey, look, man, I'm keeping the front yard pretty much open. You see some of the fruit and stuff growing and blossoming and falling off. You feel free to come on over and pick yourself a couple, okay? Save yourself a few bucks from the grocery store. But that's just the kind of neighbor that I am. I don't expect, anything in return other than just the common courtesy and friendship that we've gotten from our neighbors thus far. So it's an open farm for my neighbors, but for everybody else, stay off my property. That's all I got for this video, guys. Look, I am feeling better. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. We got a great work week coming up here. Thanks as always for hanging out, watching the channel, and supporting with your viewership. We appreciate it. Smash thumbs up on your way out the door. If you have any more questions about initial investing or what you can do to establish your own business outside of the automotive field, feel free to drop a comment. Let me know. I've got ideas for days, man. These are just some of the things that I think about all the time as I'm moving forward. You should be always progressing forward in life. What happens when you can't turn a wrench? These are thoughts that go through my head. Well, I don't have to turn a wrench to grow produce now, and later all I'll have to do is pluck, pick, and put in a basket. Pretty easy stuff, even for an old guy. See you guys next time. Deuces. There he is. Look at Peter Cottontail, man. He don't know what to do now. I fenced him out. I used chicken wire. He is trying so hard to find an opening in the vineyard. Ah, Peter? What's wrong, Peter? Don't you jump that fence. Oh, he's gonna try to jump it. Did you give up? He'll be back. He's getting ready to go into his little home. He lives in this yucca tree. They have it burrowed in pretty good. All right, well, not bad. I got it chicken wired around. Some 2x4s, kind of makeshift. I didn't make it square intentionally.
I just wanted to make sure Peter Cottontail didn't get in there and start ripping down the vineyards like he has everything else. So now I'm sure he's going to look for some other fruits and vegetables. He's already cleared out all my green peppers and jalapenos. You don't touch the tomatoes, so that's why the tomatoes don't have a light on. They got little spikes in them though. He was after those white grape vines yesterday though, I'll tell you that.